Fuck yeah! We are here for, we call this post game show.
I guess.
Hell yeah.
It's something like that, yeah.
United States on the round of 16 after gutsy last 30 minutes there, man.
It was a little hairy there, especially after Balogun got his red card and they had to play down. They had to play
Which
down
is
to 10 guys. We can talk about that. That was
absolute bullshit.
some bullshit. But
the,
I mean, Bosnia is like the USA should beat Bosnia, but that's an aggressive attack, physical team.
Big boys.
They're big boys, and it's kind of one of those where like I'm way ahead of you, brother. Especially once you get down to 10 guys there, like they're gonna push, they're gonna be aggressive, they're gonna be trying to get counterattacks going and everything. And it was
this beer is for American hero Malik Tillman.
Oh God, what a free kick that was. I mean, in that situation, being able to just bury that thing, oh, what a moment.
Domed it.
I mean, that was the best U.S. goal at a World Cup since I don't know. Did you watch the 2014 World Cup in Brazil?
Yeah.
When they was Jermaine Jones against, I want to say Portugal, canned one from like, God, I don't even know how far out, 30 yards out, and he curled it in from the opposite side of the far post type of thing, that type of thing. Or as far as just momentous goals go, like Landon Donovan's goal versus Algeria way back in 2010 in South Africa, like that was legendary.
I'm not sure, but if anybody's posting in the comments, I can't see them.
I can't either, but we may not have any comments. So
awkward.
Well, you know what? I mean, to be fair, this is typically an Iowa State Cyclones channel, stuff like that. But
would this be the first ever live post-game show for a soccer game on the Cyclone Fanatic Network?
Has to be. There's no way it's not. It's hard to say. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where we, it's just a good momentous occasion. We're all on the same team for this one.
Yeah.
And it's pretty nice.
And it's nice to actually have a, whatever you want to call it, a soccer team or a football team that looks physically on par to, I mean, I wouldn't say they're physically on par with like the Argentinas and the Frances of the world, but like this team has like the capability of going out and competing with any country in the world. But in the same token, I said this the other day, they also have the ability to lose to literally anybody, as we have seen in many of the past. But, the top squad for this United States team is very good. And we saw what the depth is against Turkey, whatever you want to call them now.
Turkey.
It's not so great after you get to the back. Subbing out people and stuff.
Yeah, I mean they're clearly a lot more like the first 11 is really, really good. Like the first 11 is competitive with almost any team, but the depth just isn't really there.
Yeah, like Pepe is like decent, and then like Berhalter is like okay, but
okay.
Tim Weah can go way out of here.
This is not a pro that he's on the same team, so we're gonna cheer for him when he's on, but type of thing. But he would not be my first choice for players to put on there. That the performance he put on against Turkey was not inspiring.
Not the red card was bullshit.
Yeah. So Jack, so you said what is Balogun being outdue for Monday? I mean, you'd like to have him. He's Iowa State. He's Iowa State's. He's USA's best striker. You could theoretically put Pulisic at that spot and then find another person for the wing. I think Pulisic is better when he can attack off of the edge as a wing. So my guess is that they would probably leave Pulisic on the left wing and maybe put Pepe up top, or they might go to something a little different, run 2 strikers with Dest and Pulisic. And
Is it
then,
Pulisic or Pulisic?
well,
I'm pretty sure it's Pulisic.
I don't know. I mean, he's Croatian, so if he's going with Croatian, that would be Pulisic. But
See, now you're in my head. Now I'm going to be sitting here at Milan again.
is this a Milan thing?
Ah.
That was funny. That whole bit, the entire season was hilarious. You just could not
Because the
couldn't figure
Fox
it
guys
out.
is Pulisic.
Maybe it is Pulisic. Either way, Christian Pulisic, whatever.
Where's John Walters when I need him?
Yeah, no shit. Where is John Walters? So Pulisic can play up there, but I think if you run Pulisic and Dest as almost like a 2-striker thing, and then
I really like Dest.
Grab it. Dest is fun. And then get another midfielder in there. I think that's your best option. Leave your, I think you'd rather have an extra midfielder in there passing around Belgium. Right? 'Cause, yeah, they got Belgium next, right?
Yeah, Belgium. The good thing is, like, if you're gonna lose Flo Balogun for like a game, like, and this is gonna sound so bad considering like what Belgium has done to us in the past. But like Belgium, the team as it currently stands is, I think it's like one of the oldest in the World Cup.
They have 6 starters over 30.
Yeah, and they have struggled very mightily this entire World Cup. We are faster, but they're more experienced. So,
I mean,
like,
the one thing don't get ahead of yourself. Like, Belgium is older, but like
experience.
I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best midfielders ever. Like Romelu Lukaku is always dangerous. Like, it's one of those where, like, their age can be a factor where the USA can just can use their athleticism, use their youth to an advantage, outrun them, outwork them. But that also means taking care of the ball, not turning it over too much. But that's why I think you roll with it if maybe like you said, maybe a 2-striker formation with Pulisic and Dest up front, and then another midfielder in there that can help you hang on to the ball a little bit more. I don't know. I guess I just don't have an amazing amount of faith in Pepe currently against that back line. And it's not like
Belgium.
it's not like even like a meant to be a shot at Pepe or anything like that. But
It's reality of the situation.
It's just reality situation that like Dest and Pulisic are just your best 2 attackers left in the starting lineup right now. So I don't know. I don't love having Pepe in there, and I'd rather find another midfielder. To
They can, as we have found out, you can appeal the red card, but FIFA is very rare in overturning.
So now you're not appealing the red card. You are appealing the suspension.
Yeah,
right, and that's important. An important distinction.
Can we get a little United States magic home cooking on this one? Help us out, FIFA. No non-corrupt organization, FIFA.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, they're going to have a decent shot at beating Belgium. I don't know I don't know if it's a,
if you're going to get a known powerhouse team from previous World Cups at the current state, you'd probably pick Belgium right now.
If it were my choice, I think I would run a 2-striker. I'd run like a 4-4-2. And I'd run a 4-2-2 with Pulisic and Dest up top, and then bring in Gio Reyna, I think, as an extra midfielder. I think Reyna. I don't want to. I mean, because your other options there. I mean, otherwise you would bring in an extra. And there isn't really any defender I'd want to bring forward. I don't think. I think what I would do is I would use those 2 up front, and then have Gio Reyna playing in midfield versus having Pepe up top. I'd rather keep him as a sub so that way he can be a fresh sub late against some tired old guys for Belgium. I'd rather do that.
We play on Monday night in Seattle.
Yep, Monday night. So it'd be on the 6th.
There was a scenario, I think, at one point,
play
like
England on the 4th.
England on the 4th,
Yeah.
but that one died off. But now England plays Mexico on the 5th, I think.
The red card was bullshit. I mean, it was very clear that Belgian was just like coming down. Like he wasn't like stepping on anybody.
Yeah, he wasn't
but
doing
certainly
it on
not
purpose.
maliciously. And he was just gathering himself.
I got you, homie.
Well, hold on a second. I need to get a beer.
Well, hurry up. I'll sit here and
Yeah, you got to
whisper
blabber. You got to blabber for a
sweet
second.
nothings into everybody's ears. This is the part of the podcast where I plug my book that I have not written. What else we got here? Big 12 officials tonight. Certainly felt like it. God damn. There's a lot of crazy referees in soccer, especially within the FIFA world. Oh man. What we got here? We need shotgun beer ASMR. That's on the OnlyFans. Got to pay for that. You got blocked by the Iowa State men's basketball. Apparently more people were blocked by that than I initially thought, which I also don't pay attention to that either. I could be blocked by it for all I know. But they all got unblocked today. All is right in the world. Craziness, these people with their being blocked by the Iowa State basketball Twitter account. Yeah.
We still got people losing their mind about that.
Apparently they've all been unblocked, so I think they're
lame.
Yeah. I'm only blocked by Jamie. Shout out. Oh, are you
Shout out,
popping?
Jamie.
Are you popping that right now? I gotta go find
I'm poking my hole in it. Yeah. Card. Oh, like in my flow now. Yeah, I decided to let the hair go tonight. We are working on getting a shotgun queued up. I'm trying to get one that I'm not going to cut my fucking mouth on. All right.
I'm ready when you are.
Ready?
Ready?
Excellent. Whew. Oh my god. That was disgusting.
It was. Oh, good. Oh shit.
No, I wasn't struggling. I had just eaten like a granola bar like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes before we started the podcast. So I was trying to fight that stuff. It was not good.
Mike picks up everything. We got
Oh yeah,
the
in
mics
the
that will
background,
get
'cause all we
everything.
heard was
Yeah, you could get everything. I could be in the corner of the garage and it would pick up like me.
yeah.
It's like Redbird is like living with me right now. Yeah, he knows. Let's throw one in.
Get out of my brain, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. But
Okay, hey, I got a fun exercise since we're on the topic
yeah?
of soccer, but we're also on an Iowa State. I don't know how this happened. I got beer splattered everywhere.
I could tell you how it happened.
Anyways, Jesus, fun exercise. So let's say we have any Iowa State athlete. You go football, basketball, it don't matter. So I'm gonna pick two. So let's do Flo Balogun and Christian Pulisic.
What are we talking about right now?
Who would be the Iowa State athlete equivalent of those two?
Pulisic, I think.
WD-40 on the mic. We good?
We got it. All right.
Internet's good.
Pulisic feels very much. The first name honestly, the first person that came to my head immediately was Jalen Noel. Long speed, quick and tight, quick in small spaces, good footwork, good fundamentally sound guy. That's the first name that comes to my head for Pulisic, I would say. If you wanted a basketball comp, maybe you look at, I would say, this is tough. Rasheer Bolton, just like really good at just quick first step, taking people off the dribble. Not a great defender, but you know, this is the other name that came to my head was Jarvis West. It was either going to be Jalen Noel or Jarvis West would be those two. Balogun is interesting because he's also a pretty good speed player, but he can play strong if he needs to. I like Nick Weiler-Babb actually for the Balogun comp. Just a good all around dude, can get behind defenses, can have his back to a defender like a classic 9, like our classic be 11 roll. Or
I got a stretch comp.
roll?
I think I got a stretch comp.
You got a stretch comp?
Yeah, this one
Show
might
you
be
a stretch comp.
Oh my god. I was gonna say DeAndre Burton. Why?
Deontay Burton?
Yes, DeAndre.
DeAndre Burton.
Yeah,
Known Cyclone.
Because he's a pest and is always seemingly around ready to score.
This is a name, man. Tavon Sledge.
Wow, that's a pull.
Famous Iona Gale.
Cyclone legend Tavon Sledge.
Cyclone legend Tavon Sledge. So Hakeem is interesting, strong and fast, but I mean Hakeem is also 6'5". He's also just way bigger than everybody else, and Balogun isn't way bigger than everybody else.
No.
I mean, if you want like a strong and fast type of thing, that's just like a person, like strong and fast, but just like also the same size as everybody else. Maybe you look at, I still really like the Nick Weiler-Babb comp, but if not him, I'm going to say DeAndre Kane.
That's a good one.
DeAndre Kane's kind of just point guard Deontay Burton.
Yeah. Tinsley. Boo Boo Paulo.
Tinsley's more of a finesse guy, though.
Carter says, God, you guys are old. Who the fuck is Tavon Sledge? Oh, my God.
Shut up, Carter.
Yeah, geez, get out of here.
Come on.
Google him.
Google Tavon Sledge. You know, I'm gonna pull up Tavon Sledge just for the folks at home.
That's a Cyclone legend, Tavon Sledge.
Is a Cyclone legend. That's Tavon Sledge Erasure. He was on the Royce White
we
team.
took a World Cup podcast and we turned it into a Cyclone.
Turned it into an Iowa State one.
Good job by us.
Yeah, really excellent work. Yeah, Tavon Sledge, baby. All
Yeah,
5'9", 175
How could
of
you
him.
not know who Tavon Sledge is?
I mean, he could dunk at 5'9". His dad's name is Kwame Sledge. That's a crazy cool name. That is somehow cooler than Tavon Sledge. Kwame Sledge. Oh, incredible.
Kwame. That would be a fun soccer name to be the announcer. Be like, Kwame! That'd be fantastic.
That's your Kwame.
Well, you know how like the soccer announcers are always like, they're like, Pulisic! You know, you're like, Kwame!
I guess I see where you're going with that.
That'd be sick.
I suppose.
His dad was in Sister Sledge.
So Steele Janczak, he has a brother named Truck. He also has a brother named Stick, and I think there's one other one. I can't remember what the other one is, but there's 4 Jantz brothers, and they all have real weird,
crazy.
All
names.
have real weird names. Also, they all but one of them works at their tow truck business, and the only one that doesn't work at the tow truck business is Truck Jantz. Yep.
Truck Jantz.
Truck Jantz.
Shout out Truck.
You came here for a Team USA World Cup reaction, and you got Truck Jantz, and that's just what we're doing here. But yeah, so actually technically it's TRUK. It's not even spelled like truck, like the vehicle. It's just spelled TRUK. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, anyway, so soccer.
We sell fuel to a guy named Crusher Bob.
Well,
that's a sick name.
What's his nickname though? Crusher Bob.
Yeah, Crusher Bob.
I mean, that's a real good nickname. Crusher is a real good nickname.
I'm jealous. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a really good nickname.
Yeah, who are you, Crusher Bob?
That's for was Jizzy Jams.
That's the one that ran down her leg. Oh wait.
Yeah, they are cool names. I'm not even saying they're strange, but like I think they're kind of neat. But yeah, so anyways, we got Belgium on Tuesday. You said Seattle, or on Monday in Seattle, right?
Monday in Seattle.
Yeah, so Belgium,
Great place to have that game, especially with the soccer fans there.
yeah.
Loud stadium.
Yes.
Problem is Belgium played there today. They don't have to travel at all.
Yeah, but you got till you're
Monday.
They got plenty of time to travel from San Francisco. Like
Yeah,
that's
really
nothing.
real far travel.
I mean, they drew Egypt, which Egypt is decent. They're pretty decent. And now, granted, their best player Mo Salah is also old. They drew Iran 0-0, which Iran's not any good. They smoked New Zealand, but New Zealand was terrible and really should not have been in the World Cup. They were only in the World Cup because they switched like qualifying divisions in the Oceanic region, so they didn't have to go against Australia. So I don't know. It's kind of like they shouldn't have been in there anyways. And they were down 2-0 to Senegal earlier today, and then Senegal pissed it down their leg. They're not playing well right now.
No, which means in our luck, typical.
Yeah,
fashion.
we did lose to Belgium in March. But I mean that's also in a friendly, and I'm not like we didn't even have. So Matt Turner was in goal. We had Tim Weah back at right back.
Didn't you know, Chuck? I was at the stadium earlier. I just transported here.
I mean, when we played Belgium, they were still playing a lot of their stars, not all of them.
Just
Like,
start the
Lukaku didn't play,
narrative
but-
that we didn't play anybody. That's why we lost.
But I mean, we played Tim Weah at right back. We had
There's the problem.
McKenzie at center back, Tasman playing in the midfield, Cardoso in the midfield. Like none of these guys that are in the starting lineup. So I'm not really worried. I'm not really concerned about that score from the spring.
All you had to say was Tim Weah.
Yeah, man. I'd tell you what, that game against Turkey when he played just pissed me off, man. He was pissing me off.
Offsides like 4 times. Yeah.
Tim Weah is a fullback on the national team. His dad played for the U.S. back in the early 2000s, 90s and early 2000s, and he's one of the Team USA Nepo babies, basically.
Him and Berhalter.
Him and Berhalter. I mean, technically Reyna too, but like not that. There's a whole situation with Gio Reyna.
I think they made a graphic. I think after the first game against Paraguay, that it was like the first like father son combos to win like a World Cup game, and they left Tim Weah off of it. I thought that was funny.
Donnie says we need Gus Johnson calling these games. I feel like I've heard Gus Johnson call soccer before, and
He needs a break too.
it's not as cool as you'd think it would be, because like his whole thing is he gets like fired up for big plays and stuff like that.
Soccer, there's so many.
There's a lot of things where he would get fired up about that it's kind of.
Plus
Yeah.
the guys that the people that Fox has like amassed for this World Cup, they've been pretty good.
Yeah,
So-
they've got good announcing teams. They've got good color analysts. Like Stu Holden is a great color analyst.
Yeah, and those guys were in Mexico City, they're in Mexico City last night, and then we're up in San Francisco.
Yeah,
tonight.
they're flying all over the place. They're having the time of their lives right now, just calling games basically every day and flying all around North America, just calling soccer games all day, like for 2 months. Time of their lives. Jeremy Pollard looks like a FIFA ref.
Kinda
He doesn't.
not.
He kind of looks like one of the guys that sits on the towards the end line and whistles for offsides. He looks like an out of touch. He looks like I don't even know what the right word for it is. The out of bounds refs, the offside judge, and
The most
Yeah.
hated guy on the planet.
tell you what though, they had a real hard on for us. I mean, they Miss Dillon.
Fuck you.
It's like a weird way to spell Dylan.
Yeah.
I don't think he's talking about our Dylan.
Yeah, I think he is.
Is he talking about our Dylan? That's a crazy way to spell Dylan.
Well, Dylan, and I quote, said, "Oh, you guys are talking about tonight. How long are we going to go?" And then didn't respond.
Dylan
Sainer.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many missed yellow cards were in the first? I tell you what, no, Dylan spells his first name like a normal person spells Dylan, which is Dylan. But I tell you what, though, teams from Central and South America tend to have a reputation of being like the classic, the floppers that like a lot of people look at soccer and it's like, oh my gosh, he went down early. He's faking injuries and all that. Like that comes from a lot of like Central and South. That the reputation comes from Central and South American players, though pretty much every team everywhere does it. The reputation comes from what are called CONCACAF, but that's Central and South American. Bosnia was doing that today, and it was very annoying. They went down very, very easy. How much do you guys even watch soccer? Just
Levi probably watches it a lot more than I do.
I'm a fairly regular watcher. I've been a Chelsea fan for, I don't know, 15, 16 years now. For quite a while. I've watched Team USA for about that long too. So I got my first FIFA game. My first FIFA game I played was FIFA 09, and I played pretty much all and followed the sport fairly closely pretty much since then. So
I think I had every FIFA game until like the last. Obviously, they changed the game, but
yeah,
until like
FC,
the last couple years or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
That's
so.
fun.
But anyways, it was annoying, but it's just kind of unfortunately, that's just kind of the bit with some of these. You'll see it a lot with smaller countries or lower ranked countries playing against higher ranked ones, as they'll go down a little bit easy. They'll rack up fouls trying to get a yellow card, red card,
not
stuff like
been
that.
to a USA game, Andrew. I would like
I
to
have
go to
not.
one.
I haven't either. And honestly, I would have loved to go to a World Cup if. The problem is the tickets are both expensive and not close to here. And the USA hasn't played anywhere close to here. Like they've played only on the West Coast.
That's the shit of this whole scheduling thing for.
If they played at Soldier Field or something like that, or in Minneapolis or wherever, I would think about it. Like I would think about going to one and driving up there. But the problem is that I have to pay $1,000 to get in the door at the stadium. Plus, out on the West Coast, I'd have to get a plane ticket out to San Francisco.
Kind of feels like.
Or LA.
Looking back, I mean, I know it's hard to like pick a city to host these World Cup games, and obviously with Vancouver and Mexico City and Monterrey, all these places having it, but it feels like Minneapolis and Chicago kind of got snubbed a bit.
Minneapolis specifically, Soldier Field's a dump. You and I both know it is.
Yes.
And so like they shouldn't play. Like you would not want to show off Soldier Field as an American stadium.
I know, but like. Chicago's a pretty good soccer town. Like when they have friendlies and stuff there, like it's always packed to Soldier Field. I mean, obviously with the United States and Germany playing there earlier before the World Cup, like just jam packed. I mean, they love soccer in Chicago, but like Minneapolis, like US Bank Stadium would have been great.
I think US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, like Minnesota Minnesota loves soccer, especially the Twin Cities. And US Bank is a nice stadium to watch a game in.
But
so
we got so many good stadiums in the United States now. It's hard to like. I mean, you could have stuck one of these things at Bryant Denny Stadium or obviously, but that's
yeah.
But then the infrastructure else outside of that is another thing.
Right. That's the issue, and like you need to have enough places to stay. And so like sure, would it have been cool to see them play one of these at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville? Yeah. But do they have the infrastructure in Neyland to support that? No. In Knoxville to support that? No, they don't. It would be, I don't know. It's just like a Chicago. I get it because the biggest place the only place you could put it is Soldier Field, and you don't want people going to Soldier Field. It's just, it just is a dump. I mean, that's just what it is.
It hosts a ton of friendlies though. They do host.
Sure. But that's when you're playing but you're not going to have it as a host city in the United States when you're not
going to have 6 games there over the course of 3 weeks.
Right. And like, especially when you have
And the Parks District probably didn't want to pay for the grass.
probably. And when you have
Fuckers.
SoFi and Seattle available to you, you take those. Those are good. Those are good arenas. Yeah, Chicago didn't want it, and like it doesn't surprise me. I'd be curious to know if Minneapolis wanted it, because I would think the US Bank would make a logical place to have it. Or
I'm sure the list of stadiums that wanted it were pretty long.
Yeah, I mean, like US Bank or Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis would be another one.
US Bank Stadium had bidding issues because of financial budgeting issues. Interesting.
Building repairs and limited donor limits. Save the money. Okay, interesting. So there's a financial component to that. But really the point though is that, like, if there was a game at Soldier Field or in Minneapolis, I would consider paying I'd consider ponying up for what would be an expensive ticket. But paying for an expensive ticket on top of paying for
that's probably true.
Paying for the ticket on top of an expensive plane ticket and hotels and everything like that is just, I would love to go to one, but a World Cup game is just not.
Ryan, Ryan, if you're still here, and I see another one here because the construction process was still going on in the bidding, but like the Vikings completely own the stadium now, right? They paid off.
I believe the Vikings actually own US Bank.
Yeah, they own it now because it was I think it was set up for like a 20-year something like that, and then they made more payments on it to pay it off sooner,
something like that. Yeah. Because the city fronted the city fronted the money, and then the Vikings,
which most cities and states do, unless you're the state of Illinois and completely ignore it. Yeah, I wonder if the Vikings just said fuck it, like we got other shit to worry about. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I think it's kind of a shame that they're playing the final in New York at MetLife. I think that's a damn shame.
Where would you have picked?
Probably SoFi. I mean, if it has to be at one of the, well, actually, maybe Seattle. Actually, Seattle is like,
in terms of fans, Seattle probably
just in terms of like fans, and in terms of just like the city in the United States that cares the most about soccer. It's Seattle. Like they've had the Sounders for 50 or 60 years now.
And the problem, like, I mean, you could make an argument for Kansas City too, but like the stadium's so far away from everything.
Well,
else.
And then Arrowhead's a dump.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's a cool stadium. It's a cool old stadium, but like it's not modern enough to host a World Cup final. I mean, it's cool that they like put some games there.
It probably really should have just been at SoFi.
I think the championship should have been at SoFi.
Yeah, it probably should have just been at SoFi.
Because MetLife sucks. It's like it's in New Jersey of all places. I don't know. It's just. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever, I guess.
SoFi, Houston, Atlanta, any of those three, I think would have been fine.
Oh yeah, Atlanta. I keep forgetting. Yeah,
Atlanta would be cool. Would be a cool one
stadium.
too. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying like MetLife's not a bad stadium because it is modernized, but it's just like it's there. It's just there.
Yeah, it's either SoFi or Atlanta if you're going for a newer stadium. If you want just like pure, like this is the most soccer crazy city in the country that also has a good stadium, and they like Seattle makes a lot of sense. Maybe Kansas City, but I think Seattle is a better option than Kansas City probably.
Maybe toss in Philly as like your fifth option. I would have chosen Philly before New Jersey.
I would have taken probably at least five places before MetLife.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just
whatever.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
FIFA.
But I think it would have been cool. It'd have been cool if the US could have played a World Cup final in Boston or something like that. I think that'd have been cool.
No, that's another problem. You get to Foxborough, it's so fucking far away from Boston, or it's an hour, and traffic control out of Foxborough. Apparently, it's a night. I've never been to a game at Foxborough, but they say it's
a nightmare.
Terrible.
Yeah. Well, Foxborough is not that large of a city,
right?
So it's kind of a weird.
I did see something. This is interesting too because and it must be like an NFL rule, but so there's so many houses in close proximity to the Patriots Stadium there that the NFL does not like. So like you go to like the state fair, you see people parking in people's yards all the time and stuff like that. But like FIFA didn't stop them from having people park in their yards, but the NFL does. So like these people in Foxborough were like, you know, they were able to park like 21 cars in their yard, and they were charged like $100. So for the 6 games that were there, they're making, you know, $2,100 for these games. So they're like, fuck yeah, we're doing this. But it's like one guy was like, I've lived here for 32 years and never been able to profit off this. So then he just, for 6 games, $2,100 every night. And which is shocking because like FIFA's allowing it, but the NFL's like, nah. Yes, Boston Stadium. Sorry, we can't say.
Yeah, Boston Stadium
Sorry.
and New York Stadium and what do they play? San Francisco Bay Area Stadium.
And then I saw something too that Levi's Stadium. You know how they have it covered up. So like Levi's took like the logo with the tarp over the thing, and now they've made more money off of that than they would have if they actually sponsored the World Cup.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. I understand.
FIFA's like at their office, like fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck that one up.
Oh my god! Wow, FIFA making a mistake. Crazy. Who would have guessed? I don't know. Yeah, FIFA's its own mess. But you know, I will say though, coming out of the game today though, I feel as far, especially with how they were able to hang on through that red card for the last 25 minutes or whatever it was, last half hour. And plus, whatever, 10 minutes of extra time, too. You know, that was one. Mauricio Pochettino is far and away the best manager that USA has ever had, and it's not even close at this point.
How quick
no
is
disrespect to Bruce Arena, but
Bruce Arena. How quick is he gone back to the Premier League after this?
I don't know, because like
they made him an offer already.
I know, but like,
I mean, really, the only reason why he's out of there is because he was fighting with the ownership because he wanted to bring in more experienced players, but the owners wanted to bring in younger players and keep it young. And he's like, no, this isn't working. And then they basically like, well, to get the fuck out. I mean, that's really the only reason why he's out of the Premier League.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, like, because his last stint in the Premier League was with Chelsea,
right?
You know, I don't know. There's something to be said though for like being an international manager. It's a totally different task than. I mean, we had a Premier League manager.
Billionaires foot the bill for him to be here.
Right. So like that's a thing. Was one he's making a fuckload of money here.
$6 million.
Yeah, a lot.
Which I don't know what Premier League pays coaches, but I'm sure it's not.
So
not cheap. Let me look this up. Now I'm curious.
There's a certain prestige to being an international manager, and it's a different job. With Premier League managers, you're doing a lot of year-to-year roster managing and stuff like, and you're dealing with personalities and stuff like that a lot. With international managing, you have a lot more say in like how the youth system is set up and how players develop. So it's less hands-on on a day-to-day basis than a Premier League manager.
So Graham Potter makes $24 million.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Wow.
Rubber says, don't know the players all that well, but how conflicted did it have to be for the American that played for Bosnia? I'm guessing probably not all that conflicted because he made his choice. He played one game for the the United States men's national team, and now he plays for Bosnia. I mean, he took that spot at Bosnia because he wanted to play, which fair enough. If he didn't think he was going to make the first
he doesn't even start.
Right.
Bosnia
so I mean,
anymore.
like, if he didn't think he was even going to make the roster here, so he went to Bosnia to be on the roster at least. Like, I get it. But for him,
Milwaukee Messi.
He made his bed. Now he's got to sleep. And, he's got to lay in it, type of thing. Like, that he made the choice to go to play for Bosnia instead of playing for the United States, and now he's going home to Milwaukee.
Sorry, I misspoke. Graham Potter, that was his transfer fee. Sorry. Mikel Arteta
from Arsenal. Yep.
Yeah, he's about $15 million a year.
See, they're getting paid like a good NBA coach.
But coincidentally enough, Manchester United only pays their coach $6 million. So
he's much less experienced than Mikel Arteta.
Right, but he's the third highest paid coach or manager, whatever you want to call him, in the Premier League. So really, his salary at the United States right now isn't that far off from the top 2, 3, 4.
They're paying him like they're paying him pretty much what he would get paid in the Premier League, and maybe he would get tired of like the grind of the Premier League, where like you're dealing with personalities a lot more, and it's more about managing personalities. I mean, it's the difference between. It's actually not a lot of difference between like being an NBA coach versus being a college coach. One isn't necessarily a better gig than the other, but they're definitely different gigs. They're, it's a little bit less different in terms of roster management, where, in the NBA, you have guys you can keep around for a number of years versus like college, you're hoping to keep guys from a year to year basis. And, but that's kind of like how it's a little bit the opposite in soccer, where Premier League, maybe there's some guys, you're only keeping for a couple years or something like that. But in in international, you're working on developing players, not just on your team, but on on youth teams. You have a hand in seeing how, the U16 team is being developed and what players are going to be coming up for you for the next World Cup and the next World Cup after that. That type of thing. He may jump on the Premier League thing, and I wouldn't blame him one bit for taking a Premier League job. But, especially if he is able to, maybe you can beat Belgium and get to the quarterfinal. And I mean, that would be the farthest the United States has ever made it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal right now is you got to get to the, the quarterfinal. And that would be considered right now, like if it's like, okay, they made the round of 16, but
this is where they should be. But if you win the next game, they'll be farther than they've ever been. And
they if they spurn off a run and get to the semifinals
or something,
they're gonna build a statue for him somewhere.
At that point, like, why not stick around and keep building on that and say, hey, I've got like the United States men's team has always been like this, has always been and always will be until it is not anymore, a sleeping giant, in that if they ever ran it the right way, put the money into it they needed to put into it, and had the right person in charge, both of the team and of the developmental system, and had the right people in charge, the United States can be a top 5 world power in soccer. But they have to have the right people in charge, and at least of the team, Mauricio Pochettino.
Oh, brother, I
right.
could probably do the soccer players more than the football players right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely can say I know more football players, but like, it's closer than it should be. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what he'll do. But I think it's enticing to
interesting
say, hey,
thing to watch after this is all over.
It's like, it's enticing to say, hey, like we've got a pretty decent little team here. They're all pretty young. Like there's nobody on the team that's real old or anybody, and you have some people coming up. You could, look at 2030 as being one where you can really make a run.
Well, yeah, and Pulisic's only, Pulisic will be back for that one too. He'll be 32, but but a lot of these guys that are on this team now are, other than Ream,
even 32 is like,
still good.
You're still fine.
Harry Kane is 32, and
Tim Ream is on the older side. This is probably his last World Cup.
Tim Ream is 36,
something 38? Like that. Like, so this is his last World Cup, but you can find another defender between now and then,
right? So, but other than that, it's Tim Ream is the only one, and then hopefully you find some more depth that you can get rid of Weah and fucking get him the way out of here.
been sitting on that for a while. Okay. Can you explain pro soccer? How many teams or leagues are? Well,
Yeah, a lot.
that is actually not a simple question to answer. So pretty much every country has a system of leagues. I'll explain to you how England does it, and you can just assume that pretty much every country has also this depth.
And then you can Google the rest because we'll be here all day.
So England has, don't quote me. You know, here, I can tell you.
Here's a perfect opportunity, Levi, to explain to the audience about the Cockfosters.
Cockfosters I want to say they're like 6th division, I want to say.
If you want to
here's how it works. England is deeper than other countries, but England, you have the Premier League. I mean, obviously, people are familiar-ish with promotion relegation, people going up and down. So England has a lot more than 6, actually. England they have the Premier League, the Championship, League One, League Two, the National League, and it goes down. I believe, I'm looking it up, I believe there are 9 divisions. I think there's even more than that, actually, but there's at least 9 for sure. Yeah. And so when they play with the FA Cup, which is literally just a competition for every single club team, 14. Okay, yeah, I knew it's a lot. For literally every single team in Europe, all the way from Sunday League plumbers all the way up to Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, all that. And yeah, Welcome to Wrexham is a great. Yeah, it explains the Premier League pretty well, or not Premier League, explains the system pretty well. Basically, there's a whole bunch of them that eventually rise up and now all the way in. So this is like the college football system is, let's say the Premier League is the Power 5, Championship is the G5, and well, Premier League is all of the FBS. FCS is the Championship, League One is D2, but teams can just go up and down between divisions from year to year, and they all also, aside from competing for championships within their own divisions, they also all get together and play one giant ass tournament with everybody. And eventually, sometimes a Mount Union will go on a run, and then they'll just end up playing Alabama in a semifinal for some fucking reason because Mount Union just keeps winning. Like, that is kind of how that works. It's really fun and weird, but it's hard to compare it, but that's the closest thing I can compare it to. Yeah, it's not really even like baseball because there's no affiliation between there's exceptions, but for the most part, there's no real affiliation. Like Chelsea doesn't have a team in League One or something like that. Now, in Spain, Barcelona has a lower league team. They have like a Barcelona B team basically that plays in the second division. Like it's kind of, yeah. So not that long ago, there was a team, I want to say they're from League Two, so the 4th division, I want to say. They made it all the way to the semifinal, and they played Arsenal at Wembley Stadium. These guys, I mean, keep in mind, this is Arsenal, one of the biggest clubs on the planet, playing against I think a League Two, a 4th division team. So these guys are making their salary is like $80,000 a year. They're making like blue collar money out here, and they're playing against Arsenal at Wembley Stadium for a chance to play for the most prestigious club trophy in England. It's a wacky system. And yeah, so Germany has, they have 3 leagues under their main thing. Yeah. Premier League, EFL, Championship, League One, League Two, National League. And then once you go down below the National League, it starts getting a little fractal, as you can see, but it keeps going. But theoretically, down at that 9th level there, you have all of those clubs down there, the regional leagues. Theoretically speaking, one of those teams could eventually just keep winning and keep going and keep rising up the rankings to just being in the Premier League at some point. That's a thing.
My football club from England, the Cockfosters FC, they are currently sitting at the 9th level that
They're
could-
way down. They're way down.
They are number 9.
Put
That
it this
could
way,
eventually get into number 7 in the Southern Football League.
a
but
few
they're just-
years ago, we had talked about buying a banner for Wide Right and putting a poster at the stadium. So if you like watch it on stream, you could like they would pan around. And you could just see a Wide Right logo just chilling on the corner of
Randomly
the
in a
pitch.
Talk Foster's game.
Honestly, we should probably just get that back up and rolling. It'd be really funny.
Yeah,
Just-
they're actually like one step. I think currently like one step away from like having a chance to move up to that 8th slot, but they just can't do it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Shout out to the Cock Fosters.
Yeah. So, and if you haven't watched, it's a Welcome to Wrexham, I believe, which is Wrexham is a club in Wales that was bought out by Ryan Reynolds and Rob. Damn
Yeah,
it.
because what are they in
What's
now?
the name from Always Sunny? What was that?
Which one are they in now? Because they're like
Well,
what?
now they're in the championship now. But they were in the National League. They missed out on promotion in the first season, and then they immediately went bang, 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 and they're up in the championship now. And
Okay. And they're 7th. They were 7th this year.
yes, yeah. So they finished mid-table, which honestly is incredible for what they're doing. So that's a big deal.
They started in what when they bought them?
They were in the National League.
Okay.
So the National League, they make, clubs make almost no money. The players make a little bit of money. And then they got they just missed out on promotion right away, and then they got promoted. Just went right all the way through, and it's incredible. He has a friend who coaches at Grimsby Town. He hates the shit out of Rex. Rob McElhaney. That's the name I was trying to think of. Honestly, if you were one of those small towns like Grimsby Town, or one of those small clubs like Grimsby Town or AFC, well, it used to be AFC Wimbledon's, now it's like NK Dons or something, or Swindon Town or something like that, and then you just see Wrexham just go right past you because they had two actors show up and just pump a bunch of money into the club. I get it. I'd be pissed too. But like,
Hey, well, yeah, everybody else has a shot to do that too if they really wanted.
they just got to find somebody.
Good investment on their part.
Yeah. So it's kind of a strange little system, but it's fun. And, when you do when you have like the FA Cup,
Yeah, hurts and go homes.
when you have the FA Cup, basically all of these teams play in a league. And like I said, I think they were
Disney FC. Oh my God.
I think it was a 6th division team or a 5th. It was either, I think it was a National League team or even like a 6th division team that they made it like all the way up, and it was unreal. And that's just kind of fun. They made their own little Cinderella run, their own little Cinderella March Madness run all the way up to the top of the FA Cup bracket. Pretty cool time. So anyways, that's how soccer kind of works.
So they have
pretty much
three.
every country has something like this. Even if you go into like smaller countries, there's a channel on YouTube. I can't remember what it's called, but he bought a 4th division team in Kenya, I think is what it was. Like it cost him like $50,000 total to buy the team.
Wow. Oh, I saw that.
It cost him like almost like I said, like literally like $50,000, and like he like totally changed the like trajectory of everything, because they were staying in this like shitty house that had like didn't have running water or anything like that, and he just like got them a normal place to live in, like regular food, and all of a sudden they like it totally changed the trajectory of everything. I mean, these lower division teams are in like every country, and it's like universal. Yeah, and so it's kind of wacky. Well, club called Marine FC hosted Tottenham, and the funny part of it is like a lot of these teams had like their stadiums are just like they're basically the same as high school stadiums, or they're like even not even nearly as nice as like high school football stadiums in the United States. And then but like you might end up accidentally hosting
whatever.
or you might have Manchester United just show up for a game, which is insane. But that's just kind of that's a real brief thing.
Are you into cricket, Levi?
I'm not into cricket. I've tried watching it. I
couldn't
watched a
even
video
begin.
about trying to understand it. Couldn't do it. I was like, this is not. Yeah. So then there's the UEFA Champions League is not as complicated as you think it is. It's just taking the top few teams from all of the major leagues in Europe. So England, Germany, Spain, France, like Turkey, Ukraine, like all of the like Italy, all the half decent leagues in Europe. They take like the top couple teams from there and they put them in a big super tournament essentially. It's kind of what it is. It's not super complicated or anything like that, but
Big Cat tweeted that we need to get that Texas Tech judge to free Balogun.
yeah. In reverse order, that it would be correct. Soccer, then NBA, then WNBA.
I would say I've watched more soccer this year than I have NBA and WNBA.
I can say I've watched more soccer this summer than I have watched WNBA or NBA in the last decade combined. I'm not an NBA guy. I'm not.
Brother, Carter, I will tell you, like, just feed into the soccer. It's actually, you may not like it that much, but it's, there's a lot of shit out there that you can follow.
Even if you're not like a soccer guy now, just like lean into it and just be a soccer guy and just own it for the rest of the World Cup. Even if the World Cup for the United States is over on Monday, just be a soccer guy through Monday.
I'm not talking about the Cubs because we all know there's disappointment right around the corner somewhere. Probably this weekend against the Cardinals.
Cardinals got a tough stretch coming up. I mean, they're in Atlanta right now. Or they're playing Atlanta right now.
Dansby Swanson has apparently turned into Hank Aaron in the last 24 hours. Yep.
Oh, they lost 5-1 to Atlanta today. Oh, man. This is crazy. Football over football. I mean, like, I like them both.
Yeah, just do this, Carter. Just do it. I mean, if you're not really into soccer, like, the World Cup's like a good place to start because you get the stars. Like,
especially this World Cup. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, all the dudes are like Mbappe, Messi. I mean, obviously Messi's on his last like World Cup run here, but
he's also in contention for the Golden Boot.
Yep.
Mbappe's up there. Erling Haaland is right there.
Yeah, Haaland is fantastic to watch. I mean, he's like a fucking dinosaur running out there.
It's crazy watching Erling Haaland.
Just
Harry Kane's up there now.
Go to TikTok or something and just type in Haaland and you'll be entertained for a while.
He's insane. He's insane. Right now, this is the most insane World Cup I've ever watched. All of the stars on the teams are just going off. Like every like half decent player you can think of on any of the teams, they're having a great tournament. Like, it's incredible.
I can go all night there, Andrew. I will tell you, this is USA. It's fun.
Best gateway to soccer is playing your buddy one-on-one FIFA. I actually kind of totally agree with this because this is how I got into soccer. So, well, kind of. Back when I was in high school, we had a foreign exchange student from Brazil at our high school. It had been my junior year, and naturally he was really into soccer. He had us play, like, he showed us FIFA and all that or whatever, and we got really into it. And
I had a buddy, we would play FIFA like that.
18 years later,
we'd have like FIFA tournaments, and for whatever reason, like, he would just use like the France team on nonstop, nobody else, just France the entire time. It's like, why?
I mean, France has been good for a long time,
right? But it was just like France.
So I became a Chelsea fan because back in like FIFA 09, FIFA 10, I really liked playing with Frank Lampard and Didier Drogba back when they were playing with Chelsea, and that was like, I'm in. This is it. and you had like Michael Essien and Nicholas Anelka and all this. Whatever. It was great. It was great fun, and that just it's a fun sport to get all the way into it.
You seem like a Zinedine Zidane type of guy.
Did you have that name just like hanging back as like just a name drop type of thing?
No, I was just thinking of the headbutt.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's a great player. I don't want to say I'm like a Zinedine Zidane guy necessarily, but he's a good player.
Wasn't that in the final? Like,
I don't know if it was in the final, but it was in. I mean, it was in the World Cup, but I don't know that it was in the final.
I think it was in the final.
I honestly don't remember. Because fun fact is he played for France when he played for France's national team, but he's actually Algerian, and his kid was actually playing for Algeria. But even though Zidane played for France.
So that's I think people now are like realizing. I saw a bunch like that first week because like people were like, oh, well, that guy wasn't born in the United States or whatever. Now he's playing for United. I mean, if you go around and like look at all these World Cup teams, like they're all from different fucking places. They might have some connections to countries and shit like that. I mean,
well, what you'll notice if you look at the USA roster is a good chunk of them were military kids.
Yeah,
they were born in Germany, they were born in Japan, wherever else, and they learned it over there and then brought it back, type of thing. Like Weston McKennie was a military kid.
Yeah, and he was good at football too, like American football. He was good at that. But like he destroyed everybody when I don't know where the fuck they were stationed at, but
like
they played the World Cup over there when he was stationed.
And there's like a bunch of fun names that have could have played for they could, if they had stuck with soccer, they could have been on the national. Like famously, Odell Beckham Jr. was in in the system to be on the national team. Chose football, obviously, and that worked out for him. But it would have been fun to see what like prime Odell Beckham Jr. would have looked like on the national team.
How funny was it that Iowa basketball announced that Garza was playing for Bosnia?
That was super funny. I was like, really? Bold announcement to just say, oh, by the way, Luka Garza hates America.
You had all day to tweet that out, and you waited till the 20th minute of the World Cup game.
Anytime. Could have waited till tomorrow. Just anytime. But like an hour before they kick off against Bosnia, against the team that he's going to play for. It's crazy. It's it's insane.
Like even the Iowa fans were like, what the fuck, man?
It's so funny. Oh my God. Well, I don't really have much else to talk about, I guess. They got Belgium on Monday. They've got a good shot. Belgium's old. We'll have a chance to run around.
Honestly, don't expect us to do this on Monday after this.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
This is more so because we didn't do this live in the during the game, because we both wanted to watch it, obviously, but it was more so like on the cuff type of.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't put it past us to, like, if we beat Belgium, I wouldn't put it past us to do it. But like,
all right, if we make the semifinals and we're the last four teams standing, I'm going tarps off.
I'm going tarps off.
I'm going tarps off after we beat Spain in the quarterfinals.
I'll do another show on Monday if we beat Belgium, but I'll go tarps off for a semifinal. I got no problem doing that.
Yep. That for the United States would feel like a World Cup win.
There you go.
It don't even matter. You don't even need to make the final. You're part of the final four of the World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. That's tarps off for a semifinal.
Oh no, that's gonna be free of charge.
Yeah, no, that's just gonna be free on the internet for everybody.
If Portugal wins and beats Spain, if we beat Portugal to go to the semifinals,
if we want Portugal to beat Spain, Portugal's soft. Portugal is Kentucky basketball.
Yeah, 40-year-old Ronaldo fucking still out there. Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. Portugal's soft. And so I'd be down to do a show on Monday if we win. And then if we go to a Donnie, it's literally in this room. I showed you guys the box on a stream. I haven't put it together yet, but it's in that room right there.
Brother, you need to get that put together.
Well, I do, but we're in the off season right now.
Yeah, football's coming up. We're gonna need that.
It's not, I mean, like it's it's specifically for rallying. Like it's the rally car type of thing. Like we don't even do that if you lose one game, it's not car time.
My daughters, this is like a month ago, were like, Mom, you can get rid of that car. And my wife looks at him and she goes, No, your dad needs it. So it is here. It is still stuck.
CW said he's got one. I don't know if he said he's got rid of it yet or not, but I don't know. Yeah, we just needed. I don't know if Tom ever got one though. He was
Tom bitched
so
out.
Tom had a lead on one to go buy one off of Facebook Marketplace for like $40, but I think he bitched out on it.
The guy forgot it. Didn't bring it to Kansas City.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, he forgot it. So
yeah. So
if we lose to SEMO, sell the car, I'll be burning that car.
If we lose the SEMO, we're
gonna need a lot of cars after a loss to SEMO.
It's like, oh man.
Little Tykes is gonna get a lot of orders that night.
To be fair, Matt Campbell did lose to an FCS team in his first ever game at Iowa State.
No, fuck that. We ain't doing that.
I'm just saying it happened.
You want to talk about going tarps off for a semifinal appearance? I might go fucking kick the bar stool out from under my chair or kick the bar stool out from under me live on stream if we lose the SEMO.
Just fall on the floor?
No, there'll be a rope involved.
Okay. I didn't know if you're gonna be sitting and you just kick the chair out and just fall to the floor.
You'd be like the Wizard of Oz with the midget flinging in the background, It'd just be Matthias live on stream.
Great. Be excellent TV.
Yep.
Just where you be tarps off for that too, or
I mean, really, it's my last run, so I guess, yeah. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it big.
Yeah, I guess we can do it. Yeah, I mean, like, shout out to Iowa Distilling, who did not sign up for. They were looking for Cyclone reactions, but here we are talking about USA Soccer. But we should say thank you to our sponsors over at Iowa Distilling down there in Cumming, Iowa. And if you haven't tried the Prairie Fire whiskey, absolutely recommend it. The Saints and Sinners apple pie is fantastic. Last couple times I've been there, I had a bunch of shots. And most of them were based in Saints and Sinners apple pie.
Hell yeah.
1858 vodka. Is part of the profits go to that. Go straight to Iowa State for that. Yeah, the oatmeal cookie shots down there are crazy. It's a cool venue though, and the last couple times, they usually have like a food truck down there. That's always been good.
Wait, what the fuck? This says the United States will be unable to appeal Flo Balogun's red card.
Why?
I'm not sure. I feel like this account has misinformation.
I feel like this account has misinformation.
Well, it literally says in the rules that you can appeal red card or the suspension.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't be able to.
But it's FIFA. They're probably flying off the cuff here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever, we'll find out, I guess.
But if he can't play, like I said, I think I'd run two strikers up top with Pulisic and Dest up top, then put Gio Reyna in the midfield as an extra midfielder and just roll with that versus trying to bring in like Pepe or someone like that. I'd rather have a midfielder you believe in a little bit more. So, I know that would be my preference. But I mean, my guess is they'll just do the Pepe thing. But I don't. Pepe actually.
Pepe.
P-E-P-I.
Well, we're going to wrap this bitch up. I'm probably not going to upload it to the live thing because I don't really feel like doing it tonight. So here we are.
Yeah. All righty. Well, thanks everybody for watching this random ass soccer reaction podcast here on CF After Dark. You might get another one on Monday, and then you might have a topless one, in a couple weeks.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Let's hope that we get to see a show with Matthias and I tarps off for America. Vibes.
God bless America. What's that? Gentlemen, start your engines. That guy with the
Yeah, Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Well, everybody enjoy your 4th of July. Nobody
didn't end
blow
it on that. Okay.
No, everybody
you did-
enjoy the 4th of July. Don't blow your fingers off. Keep all your fingers. Drink a lot of beer. And we will, for sure, see you probably next Wednesday for a nightcap. Because it's getting closer when you get more consistent with those. And
And we'll have media days next week.
yep. So we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And hopefully more United States wins along the way here. So for me, myself, Matthias, and Levi, we will see you guys later.